Okay, good morning to all of you. In the last lecture, we discussed about the few examples of this windowing technique. Today, we go for the few more examples based on this. So, just note down this example. Design a low pass filter. Design a low pass filter using rectangular window for the desired frequency response. For the desired frequency response of a low pass filter. For the desired frequency response of a low pass filter given by omega c is equal to pi by 2 radian per second, take m is equal to 11. Find the values of h of n, also plot the magnitude response. In the last lecture, we have discussed about the calculation of impulse values only or values of h of n only, but sometimes they add the calculation of magnitude response. So how to obtain that? So that we will discuss. We add this into this example. So we have to plot the magnitude response for this. So here many things are already given. Low pass filter is given, rectangular window is given, another is omega c cutoff frequency, that is pi by 2 radian per second is given, and m is equal to 11. So take these values and first all of you calculate up to h of n. As you obtain the h of n, let me know, then we will continue for the magnitude response, because for the till the calculation of h of n we already discussed. So I suggest all of you to calculate h of n within 5 minutes. Then we go for the plotting of the magnitude response. So all of you just do the calculation for h of n. Those join late, I repeat, so go for the solution of example 4 till h of n. As you get the h of n value, just reply in the comment box. Then we go for the plotting of the magnitude response. Because up to h of n we already discussed in the last lecture. Only the data is modified. You have to take omega c is equal to pi by 2 and m is equal to 11. Just a second, I am providing you some hint for the calculation. Just wait for that. Okay, just a second. Okay, utilize this equation h of d, which is not present in the slide. H of hd e raised to j omega is equal to e raised to minus j omega tau minus omega c less than or equal to omega less than or equal to omega c. Okay, tau is nothing but m minus 1 by 2. M minus 1, m is equal to 11 over here, m minus 1, so 10 by 2, so tau value is 5. So you can take e raised to minus j 5 omega. You take the equation in the form of tau only, find out the generalized equation for h of n, then apply the value of n and tau over there and find out the values of h0 to h10. Because m is equal to 11, so you have to calculate the values from h0 to h10. If anybody having any query, you can please ask. Okay, any of you got any answer? Any of the H0 up to any of the values, H0, H1 or something? Not all 10, but few of them. Okay, let me share you the solution with you. Just wait. Here, HD e raised to j omega, we can write this like also e raised to minus j omega tau minus omega c less than or equal to omega less than or equal to omega c. Another is minus pi to omega less than or equal to omega less than or equal to omega c minus omega c. Omega c is less than or equal to omega less than or equal to pi. So these are the three different ranges we have taken, and according to that, when you plot that, you find that this is nothing but the plot of low pass filter. So for the simplification, we merge the two values, that is minus omega c to omega, so that we have written hd e raised to j omega is equal to e raised to minus j omega tau minus omega c less than or equal to omega less than or equal to omega c. So this is nothing but your lower cutoff frequency, and this is the higher cutoff frequency. Okay, so minus omega c, as your cutoff frequency is pi by 2, so here it will be minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, and tau is equal to m minus 1 by 2, so that is 5. So when you apply this value over here, this is the equation we are taking for calculation of HDN. So just a second. HDN is equal to 1 upon 2 pi. Just a second. Any queries there? Okay, I will verify and let you know, Ajitha. Just a second. HDN is equal to 1 upon 2 pi integration from minus pi to pi HD e raised to minus j omega into e raised to j omega n. So here we apply the generalized value of e raised to minus j omega tau. We have not replaced that tau with the value 5. At the end, I will replace that. So when you simplify this, you are getting the final answer, that is HDN is equal to sine omega c n minus tau divided by pi n minus tau. So as you know, the value of omega c is equal to pi by 2, and the value of tau as per our calculation is 5. So now we are replacing this value. HDN is equal to sine omega c n minus pi divided by pi n minus phi. So now I am again applying the value of omega c and getting this equation. Sine sine pi by 2 into n minus phi divided by pi n minus pi. So now you can start from here, apply the value of hd 0. So you are getting hd 0 is equal to 0.0637. So your answer is correct. hd 1 is equal to 0. So this way you are getting all the values up to hd 10, hd 2, hd 3, hd 4, hd 5, hd 6 and up to 10. Okay, as this value is phi, it shows that for the h phi value, whatever you are getting this phi value, this is nothing but the center of this symmetricity. Whatever equation, whatever answer you are getting, they all are symmetric in nature. For example, hd 0 is equal to 0.0637. So it is same as hd 10, 0.0637. Similarly, hd 1 is 0. So hd 9 is equal to 0. hd 2 is equal to minus 1.06. So hd 8 is minus 1.06. hd 3 is equal to 0. hd 7 is equal to 0. hd 4 is equal to 0.318 and hd 6 is equal to 0.316. So this is nothing but your filter is symmetric like this. This is the origin, and these all values you can say from hd 0 to hd phi. This is the center phi. After this, phi to 10. So here whatever value you are getting this at this place, same value you are getting at the h10. Similarly, h1, so you are getting the same value at h9. So this way, due to symmetry, if you are knowing this filter is symmetrical, then no need to go for the calculation above h5. You can write this parameter hd6, hd7, 8, 9 and 10. So it will save your time for the calculation. Okay, so due to symmetry, you can easily write hd6, hd7, hd8, hd9 and hd10, which are same as your h0 to h4. Okay, so this is how we obtain the h of n parameters. All of you clear up to this? If anybody having any query, you please let me know. Okay, so this is how we can obtain the h0 to h10. Now second is, as our windowing function is rectangular over here, so omega n is equal to 1 for the values from 0 to 10 that we have mentioned, and 0 for the rest of the values. Now we apply this function h of z, because we have to calculate the final response, magnitude response. So for that we apply this h of z is given as summation from n is equal to 0 to m minus 1 hn into z raised to minus n. So here we replace these values. Our values are n is equal to 0 and m minus 1. As m is equal to 11 over here, we have taken m minus 1, 10. So now it is hn into z raised to minus n. So as this filter is symmetric and having odd value, so we apply the equation of symmetric filter having m odd values. So here this is the equation, h of z, h into m minus 1 by 2, z raised to m minus 3 by 2 plus summation from n is equal to 0 to m minus 3 by 2 h of n into z raised to minus n plus z raised to m minus 1 minus n. So this equation we already derived, and this is applicable when your filter is symmetric and m having the odd value. So this, apply this equation, obtain the h of z values, and then after you apply the mode of h into e raised to j omega. So in this, again same equation, but here it is modified in the format of e raised to j omega. So you are getting the term h m minus 1 by 2 plus twice of the real term. So that is summation from n is equal to 0 to m minus 3 by 2 h of n cos omega m minus 1 by 2 minus n. So now you get this equation as your final equation for this magnitude response. h5 plus 2 of summation n is equal to 0 to 4 h of n cos omega n minus 5 minus n. So here you have to apply the values of n from 0 to 4. As I told you, this filter is symmetric. You have to calculate only the values from 0 to 4 and center value 5. Remaining values are nothing but you can easily write with the help of symmetricity. That's why 2 term is added over here. So we are getting 2 such values. So whatever values you are getting, that is n0 to n4 h of n cos omega 5 minus n. So here our function will be 0.5 plus 0.127 cos 5 omega minus 212 cos, sorry, 0.212 cos 3 omega plus 0.636 cos omega. Okay, so when you apply this, this is the function you are getting. Okay, so here you have to replace this value of omega for the plotting of the magnitude response. So as we know, the omega values are from 0 to pi. So we divide that into the interval of 0.1. So 0, 0.1 pi, 0.2 pi up to pi. So this is nothing but we are taking these values of omega, that is from 0 to pi, and it is divided in the interval of 0.1. Okay, apply these values, you are getting these answers in this equation, 1.015, 0.9809 and up to this. Okay, and for the plotting we have to convert them into the decibel. So you apply this equation, 20 log mod of h of e raised to j omega. When you apply this, this will be the final answers for the magnitude response. Okay, so first value is minus 0.404. So that is at the omega 0, you are having the value which is minus 0.444. Then after minus 0.17 at the location 0.1, very nearer to this. Then your value is again in the same range, minus 0.41, 0.63. Here you are getting the larger dip after this 0.6 pi. So at this 0.6 pi, your value is decreasing drastically from 6 to minus minus 46.37. So here this is the value. Okay, that is minus 0.46 to 37. Again, your values increase to minus 22.41. Okay, then again it is nearer to this value, minus 26, minus 34, minus 25. So this is how you are getting the remaining values of the stop band ripples. So this is how you are getting the magnitude response. First you have to obtain the h of n, then you have to apply the function. When your filter is symmetric and m having odd value, obtain the h of e raised to j omega, then apply the mod of that and convert that into the decibel or in dB, and then you are able to obtain the frequency response, or you can say the magnitude response of this low pass filter. All of you clear up to this? Okay, when it is not mentioned in your example that you have to calculate the magnitude response, your calculation up to h of n or up to impulse response is sufficient. When it is written design the low pass filter using following parameter, then you have to obtain only h of n. And suppose it is mentioned plot the magnitude response, then you have to derive up to this. Okay, so now we go for the remaining. All of you noted this? Please let me know. Am I audible to all? Okay, I can move to the previous slide. Yeah. Yes, Ekta. Is there any query, or do you just want to note down this? Okay. Okay, as you just a second. H of Z equation we already derived earlier when we were discussed about the symmetric and anti-symmetric filter. So from that I have taken that equation directly over here, as our filter is symmetric and I am having the odd value. We already discussed about this equation earlier. So this is when your filter is symmetric and I am having odd value. Another we have discussed when filter is symmetric and I am having even value. Hope you remember, Ekta. Okay. Okay, so now all of you finished this up to h of e raised to j omega. Okay, at least few of you comment so I can go for the next example. All of you completed up to this? Please, at least few of you comment as you finish. Then I will move to the next example. Okay. Okay, so next example is this one. Please note down this example and try to solve. In this example, you have to calculate up to h of n only. Design the digital FIR linear phase low pass filter having cutoff frequency pi by 4 using Bartlett window of length 7. This is your example 4. Design the digital FIR linear phase low pass filter having cutoff frequency pi by 4 using Bartlett window of length 7. So here HD e raised to j omega is equal to 1 for the value of mod of omega is less than or equal to pi by 4, and when omega is greater than pi by 4 the values are 0. So you have to design FIR linear phase low pass filter having cutoff frequency pi by 4 using Bartlett window. Okay, all of you just try to solve this using Bartlett window and let me know what h of n you are getting for this. For a few minutes, I'm stop sharing this. Let me check how many of you are trying for this example. Okay, EC0, not EC, but CO05, Darshil, please unmute.
Yes, sir.
You got the example? How to solve this?
Uh, yes, sir.
Are you trying to solve it?
Sir, I saw that values on that graph from there was a dip, so I got the graph.
No. What I'm asking is next example. What I have given? This one. It is design the digital FIR filter using Bartlett window.
Acha. Sir, I will try, sir.
You try and as you got the answer, let me know.
Okay, sir.
Roll number 12, CO12, Rajneesh, please unmute.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you are trying for that example.
Yes, sir. I'm trying.
Okay, can you tell me the steps you are using to solve this?
Sir, just I'm looking the for
Yeah.
window Bartlett window.
Okay, how you solve that? Can you tell me the steps for the solution?
Sir, just I am looking for Bartlett window.
No, whatever
For
Bartlett window function that you will find out, no problem. But what are the steps you are utilizing to solve this? What will be
sir,
your first step?
first we will find the desired frequency response.
How you will find out that?
Sir, using the formula that
Which formula?
mm, that integration of 1 by 2 pi and
Yes. Then
sir h of desired of e to the power minus j and
okay,
something
okay.
like.
Try to solve that example.
Yes, sir.
Hello, am I audible to all? I think now I am audible. Please let me know. Okay. EC18, sorry, it's not EC but CO18. Please unmute. Daria Patel, please unmute.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you are trying to solve that example.
Sir, I'm doing. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir, I'm doing it.
Yeah. Can you tell me the steps for the solution?
Sir, we will first find HDN. Then we will multiply with Barrett window function.
Okay, you solve that example and share the solution with us.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now you can mute, please. As you solve, you let me know. Okay, I request all of you to do the parallel solution of the example with me. Otherwise, if you are not doing the practice of these example, it creates the issue for you, because in your book no examples was given in a detail. Only one or two examples was discussed, and they are in a very short summary. Only the heading of the example is given and direct solution is given. No, not even the steps or the solutions are mentioned. So whatever we are doing in the classroom, please do the calculation. When I'm asking for any solution of any example, please do the calculation. Okay, so then only you come to know how you are able to solve that example. Examples are very easy, but if you do the practice. Okay, let me, any of you solve that example? Because on m is equal to 7 only, so you have to calculate h0 to h6 only. Yes, any of you got the solution? Here you have to take HDN same as your previous example, whatever we have solved in last lecture. So for HDN value, you are getting the same equation, whatever you got in the last example. Only the omega n value will be changed. That is based on the Bartlett window function. Okay. So when you multiply both, you will get the solution for this. So let me share the screen again. Just a second. Okay, so here using the Bartlett window, you have to solve. Note down the few two more examples and try to solve at your end. Second is Blackman window of length 11. Okay, here the cutoff frequency is like the same, pi by 4 equation is same, but instead of Bartlett window, you have to use the Blackman window, and the length is 11. In previous example, that was Bartlett window, length is 7. Here you have to take the Blackman window of length 11. And last one is using Henning window of length 11. So these are the three examples you try to solve at your end after this lecture. Let me continue with the next topic. Bartlett window of length 7. Please note down this. Fifth example, Bartlett window of length 7, Blackman window of length 11, and Henning window of length 11. Functions and equation remain same for 3. Cutoff frequencies are similar, equations are similar, only the window type and length is different. Okay, so I suggest all of you to go for the practice of these few examples. Only you have to change the window function. Your HDN is remain same for these 3 examples. Okay, now we go for the filter design using Kaiser window. So using Kaiser window, how we are able to design the filters. So in the Kaiser window, Kaiser window is a parametric, and its bandwidth as well as its side lobe energy can be designed. Compared to other window design, what are the advantage of Kaiser window? In this, you are able to calculate the bandwidth and its side lobe energy. So you are able to control both the parameter bandwidth of the Kaiser window and how much side lobe energy you require. So main lobe bandwidth controls the transition characteristics and side lobe energy affects the ripple characteristic. So by controlling these two parameters or by designing these two parameters, you can control the transition characteristic of the window, or you can say the Kaiser window, and you can also control the side lobe and you can change the side lobe energy, and which will affect the ripple characteristic. So whatever ripple you are getting in the side lobe, that you can also control. So the Kaiser window function is given by omega kn is equal to I0 alpha under root of 1 minus 2n by m minus 1 square divided by I0 alpha. So that is the windowing function we are using over here. In different book, this function is mentioned in a different way. So for the consistency, I suggest all of you to follow this function. Okay, some of these books are using beta function instead of alpha. Some of them are given the equation in a different form. But for the consistency, I suggest all of you to follow this function. Omega n is equal to I0 alpha. Just wait. So omega n is equal to I0 alpha under root of 1 minus 2n by m minus 1 square divided by I0 alpha. So here m defines the order of the filter. I0 is nothing but the zeroth order, zeroth Bessel function of the first kind. I think Bessel function you already used in the design of frequency modulation. So here, whenever we go for the solution, as far as your syllabus and these examples are concerned, we no need to apply the Bessel function, but at least you know this I0 represents the Bessel function. Okay, and you have to represent the final equation of Kaiser window, not the values of h of n that we are doing in the rectangular, Bartlett, Blackman and Henning window. Here you have to solve and represent the answer in the equation form. I will show you that. So I0, whatever Bessel function we have taken, this is the equation for that Bessel function. 1 plus summation from k is equal to 1 to infinity 1 upon k factorial x by 2 raised to k, and the expansion is also shown. Okay, another parameter is alpha. So whatever alpha is mentioned over here, so based on the value of a, I will show you how you will calculate this a. Based on the value of k, you have to select the alpha. So there are the three options. Among these three, you have to select the any one value. For if your a value is less than 21 dB, then you have to select alpha is equal to 0. If a is in the range of 21 to 50, if it is greater than 21 and less than or equal to 51, then you have to select the value second equation, that is 0.5842 a minus 21 raised to 0.4 plus 0.07886 a minus 21. This is the value you have to select when the a is between 21 and 50. When the value of a is greater than 50 dB, then you have to select the last equation, that is 0.1102 a minus 87. Remember one thing, these equations are not given based on the value of the a. You have to select the value of alpha, or you have to find out the value of alpha based on this equation. If a is less than 21, then it is easy, you can write directly 0. But if a having the value between 21 and 50, then you have to apply this equation and find out or calculate the value of alpha. If a is greater than 50, then you have to apply the third equation and find out the value of alpha. Okay, so this is how you can calculate the value of m and alpha. Okay, so let me show you the frequency response of low pass filter. We already discussed about this frequency response. So this is the pass band from 0 to omega p. Here this is the cutoff frequency, ideal cutoff frequency, and this is the stop band, edge frequency. So omega p, omega c, omega s. So this region from 0 to omega p represent the pass band of the filter. Region from omega p to omega s represent the transition band, and region from omega s to omega, or you can say to the infinity, represent the stop band. And these delta 1 are nothing but the pass band ripple, and delta 2 are stop band ripple. So this is the AP tilde is shown to you. So means whatever ripples you are getting, pass band ripples, this represent the amplitude of these ripples. Similarly, AS, whatever mentioned over here, this represent the stop band ripples. Okay, so now we determine the steps for the solution. This is how Kaiser window function is represented. This is the omega n, I0 is involved, I0 represent the Bessel function, and alpha. So here we discuss about these three notations, I0, alpha, and m, which are new to you. Okay, I0 represent the zeroth Bessel function, m is nothing but the length of the filter, you can say, and another is the alpha, how we will achieve the alpha. Now we discuss about the steps for the solution of Kaiser window, or you can say if you were to design any filter using Kaiser window, what are the steps? Please note down these steps. First step is determine ideal frequency response. Suppose it is the ideal low pass filter or ideal high pass filter, then you have to define the ideal frequency response, that is HD e raised to j omega is equal to 1, where omega is less than or equal to omega c, 0 for omega c less than or equal to mod of omega less than or equal to pi. So for low pass filter, this response will be like this. You are having one value from 0 to omega c and 0 to minus omega c. So that's why we have written mod of omega is less than omega c. This is the cutoff frequency. So this type of design represents the low pass filter. Similarly, if we are using the high pass filter, then the range will be like this: omega c to pi, and here you are getting minus omega c to minus pi. Okay, so this equation represents this condition, low pass filter. If I reverse the order of 1 and 0, okay, then it represents this high pass filter. So if the task of high pass filter design is given, ideal high pass filter, then you have to just change these values: 0 for omega is less than or equal to omega c, and 0 for omega c less than or equal to omega less than or equal to pi. So means omega c, here mode value is taken, so that is minus omega c to minus pi and omega c to pi. So here you are getting the 1 value, for the remaining you are getting the 0 value. So this represents the high pass filter. Okay, so now here we have to calculate the cutoff frequency. Sometimes in your example only passband frequency and stopband frequencies are given. So as you can see in this diagram, cutoff frequency is exactly at the middle of these two, omega p, omega c, and omega s. Suppose omega p is given to you, omega s is given to you, this omega c is falling exactly in between this. So you can calculate this by applying the simple equation: omega c is equal to 1 by 2 omega p plus omega s. Okay, so this you have to apply and calculate the value of omega p plus omega s. Second, you have to choose the delta in such a way that actual passband ripple AP is equal to or less than the specified passband ripple that we have discussed. AP tilde, that is nothing but the specified passband ripple, and AP is nothing but the actual passband ripple. So you have to calculate this delta, or you can so define this delta in such a way that your specified value, your actual value must be nearer to the specified value, equal or less than. Then similarly, actual minimum stop band attenuation A is equal or greater than the specified minimum stop attenuation, that is S. So delta is equal to minimum of delta P and delta S. Suppose delta P, passband ripple is given to you, delta S, stop band ripple is given to you. You have to select delta like this, that is equal to minimum of delta P and delta S. Okay, if delta P and delta S is not given, you are able to calculate using this equation. Okay, if your specified passband ripple and specified stop band ripple is given, then you have to apply this equation to calculate the passband ripples. So delta P is equal to 10 raised to 0.05 alpha p tilde, so that is nothing but the specified passband ripple minus 1, and then in the denominator 10 raised to 0.05 AP tilde plus 1. So this is the equation for the calculation of delta P. Similarly, you can get the solution of delta S by applying the second equation. Okay, so this is how you can calculate omega c, this is how you will calculate delta, and then after we are coming to the value of A, which we already earlier specifies. Based on the value of a, we have to select the alpha. But how to select the value of a, that is mentioned, that is equal to minus 20 log 10 delta. Whatever delta you are taken over here, you apply this value of delta over here, it will give you the value of a. So whatever value of a you are getting, based on that you have to select the alpha. Okay, if a is less than 21, select the alpha is equal to 0. If a is between 21 and 50, apply the value of a in this equation, solve this, and you will find out the value of alpha. Here again the in bracket, that is a minus 21 is mentioned, not a is a, small letter a is not there, but a minus 21 is there. And for third equation, if a is greater than 50, apply the third equation and calculate the value of alpha. So this is how you are able to calculate the value of omega c, delta, a and alpha. Okay, and next step is you have to calculate the value of m. So for the calculation of m, the equation is m is greater than or equal to a minus 7.95 divided by 14.36 delta f. So it's a general equation you have to apply. M is greater than or equal to a minus 7.95 divided by 14.36 delta f, where delta f is given by delta omega upon 2 pi. Delta omega is nothing but the you can say the difference between stop band and pass band. So that is mentioned, omega is minus omega p divided by 2 pi. Okay, and delta omega is nothing but it represents the width of the transition band. Okay, so you have to calculate this delta f, apply over here. Okay, a you already calculated in the previous step, apply this to get the value of m. Now after this you obtain the impulse response by multiplying the Kaiser window function, that is HDN. In HDN calculation, you whatever terms you require, now you are getting that m, alpha, a and all. Apply these terms, calculate the windowing function, and then after apply this windowing function with HDN. So calculate the HDN as per the equation, then apply this Kaiser window function. Multiplication of both will give you the impulse response. Then after, as we have done in the previous example, you can apply the system function and you are able to get the final response, or you can say the system function using Kaiser window. If anybody have any query, you can please let me know. These are the steps we can apply and solve using the Kaiser window function. Okay, so today we stop up to this. Next lecture we go for the few example based on the Kaiser window. Step 2. Okay, just a second. Okay, here you have to choose the delta such a way that the passband ripple is actual to or less than the specified passband ripple alpha p tilde. So here you have to calculate the delta. Sometimes delta is directly given. Delta is nothing but your actual passband ripple. Means you have to minimize the error between your actual value and your specified value. Okay, so that you have to define for example point of view how you will calculate. If delta p is given, delta s is given, you have to calculate, you have to find out the minimum of them. For example, delta is equal to minimum. So for example, delta p is given 0.003. Okay, 0.03, and delta s is given 0.05, or you have calculated these values 0.03 and 0.05. You have to select minimum of these two. Okay, so here 0.03 is minimum among these two, so your delta will be 0.03. This is how you will define this delta, and then utilize this delta for the calculation of A. Hope you clear. Okay, so this is how you are able to solve the value of delta and utilize that for the calculation of A. After A, you go for the alpha value, then calculation of M, and finally you have to write the HN function, and then you have to obtain the H of Z. As far as your examples are concerned, we have to write this HN function only. HN function in the form of equation, not the solution that we will obtain using the MATLAB function, but as far as your examples are concerned, you have to represent this h of n only in the equation form. Okay, all of you. Anybody is having any query? Okay, so today we stop here. Tomorrow we will go for the examples of Kaiser window.